In its title, the Book of Mormon tells us exactly what it is. Mormon means bugbear, which is an imaginary specter used to frighten disobedient children. Therefore, the Book of Mormon is the book of bugbear, or a book used to frighten into obedience childlike and gullible people. Mormu, one says nominative Mormon, genitive Mormus, like Sappho. Also, nominative Mormon, genitive Mormonos. Aristophanes writes, I beg you, take the Mormon away from me, meaning away the frightening things, for Mormo is frightening. And elsewhere Aristophanes writes, a Mormo for his courage. This refers to a Mormolukion, which they call lamia, and thus also they would call frightening things. The word hose is omitted, i.e., as Mormo, or it is formed adverbially, as if one said, alas for courage. Suda, 10th century AD. Trigias lamachus, this is terrible. You are in the way, sitting there. We have no use for your Medusa's head. Mormonos, noun, singular, feminine, genitive of Mormon, friend. Aristophanes, about 446 to 386 BC, peace, 473 through 474. Dicaeopolis, I know nothing about it. The sight of weapons, armor in some translations makes me dizzy. Oh, I adjure you, take that fearful Gorgon, Mormona, noun, singular, feminine, accusative of Mormon, somewhat farther away. Aristophanes, about 446 to 386 BC, Arians, 580 through 581. So that the Lacedaemonians were even so unkind as to make game of their allies, saying that they feared the Peltas just as children fear hobgoblins. Mormon is feminine, plural, accusative of Mormon. Xenophon, about 430 to 354 BC, Hellenica, Book 4, Chapter 4.17. At Dartmouth, for students like Solomon Spalding and Ethan Smith, both Aristophanes and Xenophon, in Greek, Graeca Minora and Graeca Majora, were required reading. Mormon is a Greek word. According to the Baptist Register, Duncan and other authors of Greek dictionaries define it, a bugbear, a hobgoblin, a raw head and bloody bones, a hideous specter, a frightful mask, something to frighten children. It is thus used by the Greek author Theocritus and the Greek author Aristophanes, the comic poet. Solomon Spalding, having tried to preach 3 or 4 years and failed, then having tried mercantile business and failed, being a classic Greek scholar, and out of all business, wrote for his amusement what he called the Book of Mormon, i.e., as he understood it, the Book of Specters. After his death, the ignorant Joe Smith and S. Riglin, coming into possession of the book, and ignorantly pretending that Mormon was a sacred Jewish name, have used the book for deceptive purposes, as all the world know, and have attempted to clothe the word Mormon with a sacred meaning. Above is the true definition and origin of the word, as well as of the book. Mormons, then, the anglicized word, or the derivative as comprehending the people may be defined, devotees to bugbears, hobgoblins and specters. 17,000 of such devotees, it is said, are now residents in Nauvoo. Mayor, Tioga Eagle, Wednesday, September 13, 1843.